Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of these legislators think I am Talbert Brat because they don't like me, I guarantee you that. Talbert Black, Campaign for Liberty. I have been involved in state level politics in South Carolina for probably 15 to 20 years, and I got to tell you what Lee Bright said earlier is absolutely correct. We do have a problem in Washington, but we've got a much bigger problem right here. And I'll tell you something else, our problem is not with the Democrats. Yeah, they're going to vote against your gun rights, we know that, they're upfront about it, but they are a minority in this state house. We have a huge Republican minority in both the Senate and the House. We got a Republican governor. And guess what? When we had constitutional carry in the Senate Judiciary Committee last year, it got voted down 19-4. And we have a majority of Republicans on that committee. So if you want to get bills like constitutional carry passed, you want to get campus carry passed, you want open carry passed, you want to get rid of these gun-free zones, you got to take it to your Republican senators and House members, because they're the ones who are stopping it. So how do you know which ones are stopping it? Because they're pretty good about killing it without ever getting it to an actual vote. Now see, I'm not going to talk to you much about gun rights in and of itself. You know that, and you've heard it already, and some of the other speakers are going to talk to you about it. What I want to talk to you about is the tactics. Because I'm just an old tactician, and that's what I do when I'm fighting for your rights here in the State House. And the tactics are, you must get them on the record with a vote. Now they're going to want you to compromise and want you to say, well, you know what, we can't get, last year, we can't get restaurant carry passed, so we're going to compromise and we're going to pass it, but we're going to pass it with, oh, this curfew. And this is real. This is what happened last year. We're going to pass it with a curfew that says you can't carry your gun when you're going to a restaurant that happens to serve alcohol after the hours of 10 o'clock at night. Well, my goodness, that's when I need my gun, is late at night when the parking lot is dark and there's not many people there. But that was the Republican compromise to get this bill passed. Well, thankfully, you and many people like you told them, no way. Either pass it without the curfew or don't pass it. Because see, if they pass it with the curfew, then you don't really know who it is that's voting against you, because they voted for the curfew. They say, well, we voted for your gun rights. So we said, no way. You vote for it clean. If you vote to kill it, fine, but we want to know who you are. And guess what? They were afraid to actually vote against it. So we got restaurant carry passed without the curfew, thanks to you. And I appreciate y'all calling and forcing your senators to vote and your House members to vote. But the lesson to be learned in that is the only time we ever get what we want is when you force them to vote exactly on what you want and don't compromise. We got to be willing to lose and get them on the record, voting against whatever it is that we want. And for me, it's constitutional carry. That's my big thing right now. It's constitutional carry. I don't think we should have to ask permission to carry a weapon if we can own it. If you can own it, you can carry it. And I think you should be able to carry it anywhere, anytime. But if you want to know who's against you and who's working behind the scenes to kill that bill, and believe me, they are, then you force them to vote on it as is, no compromise. And you know what? If we lose, fine, but at least we know who it is that's working against us. And then what do we do?
Vote them out.
Exactly right. You vote them out. And I can tell you right now, some of these guys won't name names.
Why not?
Some of them can't. But I'll tell you who the #1 guy in the Senate that's working against your vote, your right to carry, it's Larry Martin. And if you want to fix that, well, you know what to do.
Vote them out.
Go where he is.
There's a little website that's up. I forget what is it?
Fire Larry Martin in 2016.
Yeah, just Google Fire Larry Martin in 2016, you'll find it.
Yep.
But there's more. He's not the only one, and there's some of them who are saying they're supporting your gun rights, and they're not.
Yeah, right.
We got problems over in Horry County. A couple of senators over there. You'll probably recognize their names: Greg Hembreed, Luke Rankin.
Yep.
But they're not the only ones. And we'll find out in the House this year. We're going to force a vote in the House. And then you'll know who your House members are who are voting against your rights. But that's the tactics. And you think it's simple, that it's not going to be very effective, but you picking up the phone and you sending an email to your representative, to your senator, and when hundreds of thousands of you like you all around the state are doing the same thing, it is very, very powerful. So whenever you get that email from one of these organizations saying, pick up your phone and the vote's tomorrow, make sure you call and let your senator know how it is you want him to vote. Don't neglect that. Do it, and then forward it to 10 of your friends or 100 of your friends, whoever's on your email list, and have them do it too. It is extremely powerful. Sign the petition and be involved. Don't give up. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. The Talbert Black Campaign for Liberty. Thank you very much.